Hello, everybody. This is your homework help for the week. I'm going to start with the expressions on the top. So what I need you to do is, turn on my pen here. Make sure you are writing GEMDAS every single time. You're using this as a checklist. What I'm seeing a lot of in class that I'm concerned about is you're dropping the brackets before it's time to. So let's look at this first one on Monday. You have some grouping symbols. Okay, that's where we start, is with our grouping symbols. So we are going to start with 10 minus 7, and that is 3. And I have to bring down these brackets. That's what I'm seeing you drop in class, and it's got me worried. So make sure you're bringing literally everything down with it. Okay, so that means we still have grouping symbols. This is going to be your next step. And 21 divided by 3, that's the same as saying what times 3 gives me 21. Okay, so then I want you to go on from there. Your last step should be whatever your answer is plus 89. Okay, looking at the next one for Tuesday. Okay, so again, we do have grouping symbols, so I'm going to start here. 4 times 2 is 8. Bring down those brackets. Okay, you still have grouping symbols. This is your next step, but look here. Look here. Do you see how there's nothing besides those brackets between the 8 and the 10? That means multiply. So if you need to put a multiplication symbol in right there, do it. Okay, if that helps you remember. Okay, moving on to Wednesdays. I know this is the one you're most nervous about because this is new way to see it written out. So I'm going to work out this problem with you. We're going to start with just this top row today, or right now. So I'm going to write it over here all by itself, and I'll come back to that 3 in a minute. So do I have any grouping symbols here? No. Do I have any exponents? No. Do I have anyone from the strong team multiply divide? Yes. 15 times 4. So a lot of you are still using area model, which is fine. We're going to do 10 plus 5 times 10 plus 4. This gives me 100. 50. This is 40. This is 20. Okay, I'm going to add these up. That top row equals 150. This bottom row equals 60. And when I add those up, I get 210. So then I come back up here and I finish my order of operations. I have no one left from the strong team. All I have is the weak team. 210 plus 6 is 216. Now I rewrite my problem. If you look, this is the same as this. This is your final step, and I know you guys are amazing at division, so that's what I want you to do on your own now. So what I want you to do next is look at your decimal practice. These are pretty easy. I'm not going to completely work them out for you because I think you can handle this. I am really going to work the whole rounding problem out, but this comparison question here, you can handle. The main thing to remember here when you're writing out these numbers is make sure you've put in your phantoms, because if you don't, you may compare it wrong. Let's look at our rounding problem, because some of you are doing amazing with it and some of you are struggling. This says to the nearest hundredth. Those of you who are struggling to remember where your hundredths place is. Okay, so you really need to be practicing your place value names if you don't know them. The 6 is our tenths place. The 7, I'm going to use a different color. 7 is our hundredths. Everything in front of that underlined digit stays the same. So I'm going to go ahead and write those. Okay. Then we come over here. Look next door. 5 or greater, add one more. 4 or less, let it rest. Oops, I drew my arrow in the wrong spot. That doesn't help anybody. Let me start that again. I drew my arrow in the wrong place. I'm sorry, friends. Okay, here's our hundredths. Everything in front stays the same. Then, so sorry, look next door here. 5 or greater, add one more. 4 or less, let it rest. So this becomes 8. This 7 either becomes 0 or falls away. So if you have either of these answers written, you are correct. Okay, looking at expanded notation, what they tried to do on district assessments is put them in the wrong order to trick you. I would start with your whole numbers to make sure they match up. So looking at this one, this says 2 times 1. Well, my 1 is in the hundreds place, so it cannot be A. 2 times 100, that one works. 2 times 100, 2 times 100. Okay, now my tens place is 3. 3 times 10, 3 times 10, 3 times 10. My ones place, 4s. Those work. Okay. I want you to keep going until you find these. Remember how I showed you your tenths place when you write it like this, 1/10. If you cover up your decimal and turn it upside down, it makes 10. Your hundredths, your thousandths. Okay, I need to open the other page. So let me see how I can do that.